back. Congress President Sonia Gandhi met the family of a Dalit teenage girl who immolated herself after being allegedly gang raped and said that perpetrators of such barbaric crimes must be punished. She said that those guilty of such heinous crimes which take place not only in Haryana but elsewhere too must be severely punished. When asked to comment on some Khap Panchayat or the state council leaders in Haryana suggesting that the marriageable age for girls should be reduced to 16 as it would help in curbing the increasing instances of rapes in the state, the UPA chairperson rejected it.
We have a democratic system here. We have a judiciary. The law is in the hand of the judiciary and of nobody else.
And kin of the minor rape victim who succumbed to severe burn injuries after setting herself on fire in Jind district demanded stringent punishment for the accused.
मनोज नाम का लड़का है ने जब पूरी तो पूरी सजा मिलनी चाहिए, एकदम से नौकरी पे तो उतरना चाहिए, नया खुद भी अपने जान खो दूंगी मैं, पूरी तो पूरी सजा मिलनी चाहिए जी, फांसी लग के हो कमाने चाहिए उनके, ये मांग मांग रही हूँ सर मैं.
The Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi took on Sonia Gandhi, saying, "How dare the Congress president question the Gujarat government when one rape takes place in Congress-led Haryana every day." Finance Minister P. Chidambaram has said that he intends to work with the CAG to erase the impression of adversaries in an attempt to restore trust and confidence in all institutions. Mr. Chidambaram said that the official auditor and the government have been cast as adversaries to each other in the aftermath of recent audit findings. Mr. Chidambaram said that the CAG has played a key role in addressing issues of good governance and that the government is obliged to take necessary actions to address gaps in the governance.
I visualize the role of the CNAG and the responsibility of government as complementary to each other. I also believe that both the CNAG and the government have the common objectives of infusing greater transparency, improving financial management, and ensuring better outcomes. Unfortunately, however, some dissonance has crept into the public discourse, and for reasons which are inexplicable, the CNAG and the government have been cast as adversarial to each other. The CNAG, through his reports, will continue to provide independent and unbiased assurance on how well socio-economic objectives have been advanced, public purpose has been served, and how further improvements can be effected.
Describing India's recent reforms initiatives as very promising, U.S. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner said that it would have positive outcomes for the country's economy. Geithner said this while replying to a question on India's recent decision to open multi-brand retail to foreign investment. The other recent reforms initiatives of the government include the decision to raise FDI cap in insurance from 26 to 49% and allowing foreign investment in pension. The reforms, Geithner said, would lay the foundation for improving investments in the economy and ensure that gains of those growth and investments are shared more broadly by the citizen of India.
India has achieved remarkable economic success in the last 15 years, and the recent reforms advanced by Prime Minister Singh and by the Finance Minister will help provide a foundation for stronger economic growth, stronger growth in private investment, and more widespread gains in income.
So we have a deep interest in the Eurozone crisis being resolved. We know it won't be easy, but we have an interest in it being resolved because it has affected our exports, it has affected capital flows into India, and therefore at the meetings in Tokyo, firstly I would like to hear from the Eurozone ministers what they are doing and how they hope to resolve the crisis. It won't be correct to say that we'll press them to do this or do that, but we will certainly encourage them to find a way out of this crisis.
Moving on, the Kingfisher Airlines woes continue as the airline's employees will be marching from the India Gate to Jantar Mantar as there seems to be no end to the deadlock with the management. The National Human Rights Commission is also expected to send Chairman Vijay Mallya a notice in connection with the suicide of an employee's wife. The woman had committed suicide on Thursday, citing financial stress caused by the non-payment of salaries in her suicide note. The debt-laden airline has temporarily locked down its operations after a strike by a section of its employees earlier last week led to flight cancellations. Meanwhile, Aviation Minister Rajat Singh has said that Kingfisher Airlines will have to take permission from the DGCA to fly again. India plans to provide affordable electricity to all households in the next 5 years, said Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Singh also said that the government was taking steps to offer cooking gas to all rural households. At present, around 12% of around 190 million rural households use LPG to meet their cooking energy needs. Singh said that giving all the 240 million households in the country an entitlement of 6 LPG cylinders per year will require only 25 million tons of LPG. The Prime Minister added that the government was working on a mechanism to provide subsidy to targeted individuals so that they can afford to have electricity and LPG.
The Government of India aims to provide 24/7 electricity to all households in the country and affordable access to electricity in the next 5 years. We aim to provide every individual household with clean cooking fuel. This is a huge task, but it is not unattainable. It is something we must do on a priority basis. In our planning processes in India, we consider access to energy services as vital to inducing rapid development, reducing inequality, and making economic growth processes more inclusive. Under the ongoing Rajiv Gandhi Rural Electrification Schemes, our goal is to electrify all the 600,000 villages of India.
In a setback to the centre, the Supreme Court said that the ban on tourists in core areas of tiger sanctuaries will continue. A final decision to remove a stay on the ban will be taken on the 16th of this month. The Supreme Court had in July banned tourism in core areas of all 41 tiger reserves in the country based on an existing policy of the centre. The ban was imposed after states failed to comply with the centre's notification that tourism in these core areas be phased out. Various state governments argued that the stay should be lifted because it was hurting the economy of the states with the tourist season beginning in October. It's another short break for now, but we will be right back soon.